Hello, darlings. It's great to see you all again. And thanks for joining me for today's video. This is the second video that I have made since my mum's funeral. And I just wanted to say thank you to all of my subscribers and everyone, especially my new subscribers as well as my older subscribers. I mean, to be honest with you, I really thought I was going to lose a lot of subscribers, for taking time out for making videos while I grieved the passing of my mum. However, that has not happened. In fact, the opposite has happened, which I'm really happy about. I have gained so many more subscribers. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. And don't forget to give my videos a thumbs up. Because, to be honest with you, over the course of this past month, since my mum passed away, it certainly hasn't been easy for me. In fact, it's just been one hell of a struggle. And even though I'm feeling better now, I'm still not feeling 100% better. Even though I'm sure I will be sometime in the future. And so I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for being patient while I take time out to grieve the passing of my mum. However, that's not the only reason why I took time out for making videos, because another thing that I had to deal with as well as the passing of my mum was the harassment from my ex-husband's girlfriend, who has been sending me harassing comments on my YouTube channel. And this has been going on since the beginning when I first started my old YouTube channel. So this has been going on for nearly 2 years now. And I realize now that she's not going to stop. So even though I have reported her to YouTube and I have muted her from my channel, I've also blocked her on Facebook, Instagram and other social media platforms. And as you know, that YouTube has changed things, meaning you can't block people from your channel anymore, but you can mute them, which I've done with her. And what that means is that even though she has been muted from my channel, she can still watch my videos. And what happens now is that YouTube doesn't tell her that she's been muted. But obviously she's going to know because of this video. And what happens is that I will no longer be receiving her comments, because every time she writes and sends me a comment, YouTube will delete it before I get it. So if she tries to send me any comments via my channel from now on, she will just be wasting my time, and she can no longer share my videos and stuff like that, but she can still watch my videos. That's all she can do. And because I realize now that she's not going to stop harassing me, whether it's via my emails, etc., I'm going to now report her to the authorities, because here I was here I am trying to grieve the passing of my mum, and she's just sending me ridiculous comments via my channel, which I delete immediately. And I don't know that at this point of time, while I'm grieving the passing of my mum. I mean, here I have is, let me show you. This is a copy of one of my intervention orders. As you can see, I have got copies of my medical records from domestic violence, which this, including all the copies of my records, are going into, I have sent over to my publisher, which are going to be published in my new book, which will be available for sale next year. And I wasn't going to do this, but since she won't stop, it's now time for me to retaliate and make her stop. That's why I'm reporting her to the authorities. But I've now decided to go to the Magistrates Court in Melbourne, where I'm going to get another copy of another intervention order. That is for the time when he pushed my mum onto the ground and stole my wallet. And I got another car coming. Oh, it's a bit busy on the roads today. I just wait for all of them to pass while I'm still warming up the van. And while I'm there at the Magistrates Court in Melbourne, I'm also going to get a copy of his bail records, because he had to get, my ex-husband, he had to get bail, or else he was going to go to jail for assaulting me and assaulting my mum when he pushed her onto the ground. And all those documents I'm going to send over to my publisher, which will be published in my book as well. And what's going to happen is that she goes, she believes him, and of course he knows he's lying. I mean, it's not just me and my son, it's also his first family. So that's me, my son, my ex-husband's first partner, who was the mother of his other children. So that is 5 people, 2 families, 2 separate families, and 5 people who have experienced domestic violence from my ex-husband. And they have their evidence too. I mean, I have never heard of anyone leaving a relationship and divorcing someone because they were happy. Oh my God, people do not leave relationships because they're happy. I mean, if my ex-husband didn't do anything like he said he did, then I would still be married to him, wouldn't I? I mean, the only reason why I left was because, well, I escaped, really. I tricked him and I escaped. And the only reason why I left, I got away, was because I could no longer tolerate his abuse anymore. He almost killed me. And if I didn't leave then, I wouldn't be here now. I would have been dead a long, long time ago. And so, what's going to happen? Because she said to me in an email that, I believe him because he has never done anything like that to me. And what happens is that he was pretending, because when you start a relationship with someone, with a new partner, and if you pretend in the beginning, like he did with her by saying, I never did this and I never did that, of course he has to keep pretending. I mean, if you start a new relationship with a new partner, and if you're pretending, you have to continue pretending, don't you? But what's going to happen is that once I prove and show my evidence, like I have with this intervention order, and with the bail records, how he received bail or else he was going to jail, he's just going to, once he realizes that she knows the truth, then he doesn't have to pretend anymore, does he? And what's going to happen, and I know this from experience, what's going to happen is that there's heaps of people over there. Shit. I'm going to have to find another place to... let's see what we can do. Let's turn around up here and come back. I'll just park over here for now. So what's going to happen is that he's realised that, okay, I don't have to pretend anymore because she now knows the truth that I did do that and I did do this. And what's going to happen is then he's going to start abusing her, just like he did with me, as well as his children, as well as his ex-partner. I mean, all three of his kids despise him with the passion. I mean, say no more. And she's so stupid. Oh my God. I mean, that she believes him. But she's going to learn the hard way because she won't stop harassing me. So I'm going to make her stop by publishing now the other intervention order, as well as the bail documents and the other documents that I'm going to get from the magistrate's court. And I know he's shitting himself. He's very worried because he knows what he did and he knows I have proof and it's all going into the book. And when I go over to the magistrate's court, I'm taking you all with me. I'll be making a video about that soon. And I'll be showing you the bail records and everything. I mean, I know she thinks it's stunning and it's amusing to her to, harass and annoy me. But it's all going to come back to bite her in the bum because you never, ever get involved in anyone else's business. And she's going to, once she realises the truth, that she's really living with a monster who's pretending to be a decent person at the moment. And once she realises he doesn't have to pretend anymore, that's when things will start to change in their relationship, just like it did with me many years ago. It is just the same pattern repeating itself, and it is the same lie that is continuing on because she thinks their relationship is a real relationship, but it's not, because it's a false relationship. Because if you start a relationship with anyone and if it's based on a lie, it's not a true relationship, is it? How can it be? That's exactly the same, because I used to believe my ex-husband when we first met, and he said, I've got depression and anxiety because I lost my kids and she cheated on me and blah, blah, blah. And I had no idea in that point of time that he was lying to me. And he knew he was lying to me, just like he's lying to her now. And then once he realized that I knew that he was lying, that's when the abuse started. And the same thing will happen here. It's just history repeating itself all over again. But she can't say that at the moment, but she's going to say that sometime in the near future. I can guarantee you that. So what I'm saying is that because she won't stop and because she has been harassing me for 2 years now, it's now time for me to report her to the authorities. And if you have anyone who is harassing you or sending you hateful messages via your YouTube channel or any other social media platform, and if they won't stop, not only do you delete their comments, report them to YouTube, you mute them, but I also want you to report them to authorities, because that is most important that you do that. Because if you have a YouTube channel, you can say whatever you want on your YouTube channel. It's your YouTube channel. Simple as that. Like, for example, one of the messages that she sent me was, your channel is supposed to be about camping and about van life, but here you are going on about domestic violence and blah, blah, blah. Well, of course I am, because that's part of my channel too. Because that's how I started van life, because I had to leave my abusive ex-husband because he forced me to leave for safety reasons. So I moved back home to my parents' place, but then I could not stay at my parents' place because of my brother, who wouldn't stop sexually harassing me, so I had to move into my car. And that's how I started van life, because I was living in my car. You see? And I'm using my experiences to help other people. I mean, he or she is accusing me of separation violence just for helping other people, who might be experiencing some sort of domestic violence or abusive relationship or trauma from an abusive relationship or whatever, And I mean, this is the reason why I'm working on my book and getting it published, is to help other people. As simple as that, but she can't understand that. But whether she can understand that or not, I don't care. All I care about is stopping her from harassing me. And if he starts abusing her because when she realizes that he was lying to her, and he's like, doesn't have to pretend to be that nice person anymore, then I don't care. That's not my problem. All I care about is helping other people. That's why I started my YouTube channel. And because my van life helps me overcome my trauma from domestic violence. So of course it's going to be part of my channel, because it's part of my journey, isn't it? And if my ex-husband and his girlfriend don't like me talking about my experiences, well, that's their problem, not mine, because he should have thought about all this before he started the domestic violence. Because he knew damn well that I said to him when just before we got married, actually, I said to him, look, if you ever wrong me, I will get revenge. And look, he abused the wrong person, and he realizes that now. But that's not my problem anymore. I am no longer his victim. Simple as that. I have overcome all that. I have moved on, and I will continue to help other people. And I use my experiences as a motivation to help others. Okay, so like I said, if you're having, if someone is hustling you via your channel, like I said, remember it's important to delete their comments. But before you delete their comments, I want you to take a screenshot of everything and keep all of those screenshots, photos, whatever you have, because that's your evidence. And that's what I've done here. I've got every email, every screenshot of every comment I've got, which I'm going to take to the authorities. So that's what you do. So what you do is you take the screenshots or photos or whatever before you delete their comments. Then you delete their comments, you report them to YouTube, you move them from your channel and report them to authorities. Okay? So how long? Okay, 20 minutes, that's long enough. I'm going to go and make another video now. I just hope I can find a table to do that. Okay, so thanks for joining me for today's video. And thank you for being really patient with me. Well, I take time out for making videos for my channel while I grieve the passing of my mum, as well as putting up with this harassment too. I will see you guys in my next video, which is a cooking video. And until then, take care, please drive safely, and I'll see you soon. Bye, darling. Bye-bye.